Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your friend here, JP, and I'm here to do a little review on my Breitling Super Ocean Heritage Edition B20 44 millimeter. I want to do a little review, mainly to show you guys the watch. If you're familiar with the with this model, then you know everything about it. I just want to show you guys my thoughts on it. I wanted to show you a few different angles on how this watch looks as far as dressing it down and dressing it up. I want to show you guys my overall opinion on if this is a tool watch or a dress watch. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, Breitling, unlike other watch companies, their box is more like a cloth box, not really made out of wood or not made out of I don't know, cardboard material or leather or fox leather like other brands. Breitling's box is very nice. It's very small, very low key, but it's very nice nonetheless. So all right, let's take a look here. So this is the way it comes. Like I said, the box is very nice. It feels like a Terra material. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's super nice. I can't complain about the box. So here you have it, folks. This is a Breitling Super Ocean Heritage Edition. This was is a Heritage Edition based off the 1957 Breitling, which if you look that one up online, you can see that it's very close and that it resembles that 1957 model very well. This model, if I'm not mistaken, Breitling brought this Heritage Edition in 2007, and then throughout the years, they updated it, made it a lot better, more luxury looking or more classy looking, more high end rather than just a normal tool watch. As you can see, it's got beautiful black ceramic, a beautiful black dial with a mesh stainless steel bracelet and 18 karat gold. Now I do want to point out that from all the lineup of the Super Oceans, the ones with precious metals like this one with the 18 karat gold, this really changes the whole look of the watch. In this case, this one is a rose gold, if I'm not mistaken, which makes it stand out more, makes it a little bit more luxury looking, more dressy than your regular tool watch. Let me go ahead and wind it a little bit so you can see the actual movement of it. Just look how beautiful that hand moves. So smooth and crisp. Just how you would expect from a watch like this, from a prestige brand like Breitling. Look at that beautiful black dial with those beautiful details. I love how light reflects from the rose gold, from the bezel to the black ceramic bezel, to the hour markers in the rose gold. It's just such a beautiful watch, really. I'm trying to get it at a different angle so you can see. Chronometer certified, 200 meters. Now what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna actually try something a little bit different. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how this watch wears, how it shows its presence on casual clothes versus something more dressier. So the first shoot is gonna be with me wearing my regular gym clothes or casual weekend t-shirt and sweatpants And then the next one's gonna be me wearing something like a little more dressier, like a coat, so you can have an idea how it's gonna look with your suit or a sport coat or anything more dressier. Just so you can have an idea how this watch can definitely be dressed up or dressed down for any occasion, and why this watch may be a perfect watch if you are on a budget for just one watch and you want to use the best out of it. And I want to show you little tips on how to use it and how it looks on your wrist with what you're wearing. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. Wow, just wow. All right, let's go, guys. Enough of looking at this beautiful watch. Let's try on some clothes on. Here we have the Breitling Super Ocean Heritage Edition. Me wearing my regular, it's like a regular gym brand. It's called B20. So I wear this to go out on a regular basis or to the gym, right? As you can see, I'm very casual. I'm wearing some sweat shorts. And you can see from far away, right? You wanna go to the gym. Again, I've said it before, I wear my watches to the gym. I'm very careful with them. But here you can see me wearing it on a regular, regular Sunday afternoon. Side view. Let me get a little bit closer. As you get closer, you actually see how beautiful and luxurious it looks. And then you go a little bit far away. You're talking, you're being casual, you're working out at the gym or you're at a coffee shop, and you can see this watch demands attention. It really, really stands out. It matches with anything you have on. I got a little gold bracelet with platinum, but kind of goes with it. It looks very, 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 very classy, very elegant, very sporty, which is why I believe this watch is the best of both worlds. If you're looking to get a watch, or you can only afford one watch at the moment, but you want to have a watch that you can wear for any occasion, this is definitely a watch you want to get if you want to stand out and you want to really, really, really pop out. Because again, this watch, even though it's not a Rolex, and everybody knows Rolex, from far away, people really pay attention to it. The way the ceramic bezel shines and the way the gold shines, it just looks amazing. So here it is again, once again with regular casual wear. And then next, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my coat, so you can see how it looks. I am with my coat. Again, don't mind the shorts. This is just to show how it looks from up here, rather. As you can see, if you want to wear this to a formal event, wearing a coat or a suit or a tuxedo, this watch does the job for you. Once again, from far away, little side view, angle. You can see how it looks amazing with the coat. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see. You can see how it peaks, how it comes out. You know, what do you call it? The classic, beautiful watch peak that I made up myself. Here it is, half view. Again, when you're, out at a bar or at a business meeting or talking to a business partner, whatever you're doing that's requires you to be formal, this watch can do it all. So right now, obviously, I'm dressing it up. And all of a sudden, it doesn't look that much like a sports watch, right? It looks more like a dress watch, luxury watch. Again, farther away, from far away. Let's get closer. Different views. Let me turn the wrist. Do you guys get my point? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Is this something that is worth, if you want to dress it up or down? Is this something that you will consider, or would you go with a different watch? I say that because the only dress watch that I have is my Cartier Drive, And that's a watch that you can definitely not ever dress it down, right? You can't take it to a gym or with casual. It has to be with when you dress up. And in this watch, you can actually dress it down or dress it up. So here's with this on, and all of a sudden, take it off. And back to casual. Back to a tool watch. Pretty amazing if you ask me. The best of both worlds. Now, as you can see, you know, it's a very versatile watch that you can use for many occasions. I always like to, you know, tell my friends when they ask for advice on which watch to get. You know, now that I've become a little bit more of a, not expert, but more educated in many areas of buying watches or collecting watches, just buying a watch in general, right? I think everybody that spends their money nowadays wants to have a good value, something that I can really use for multiple occasions. Whether it's a watch that you can change, easily change your bracelet from stainless steel to rubber to leather. Whether it's a watch that you can use it for going out with your wife or at work or just going to the gym, right? And then there's also another factor, in my opinion, is it worth buying it new or buying it used? So in this case, I bought this brand new, and I'm gonna show you what I paid for it. Let me just hide my address information here. So this is my invoice. As you can see, I paid $7,057 out the door. So $6,550 I paid for this watch. And again, buying a watch, a new one versus old, you know, obviously you have to buy it from a reliable source to make sure that it's not counterfeit. You also want to keep in mind, as far as building a relationship with your jeweler or an authorized dealer, you also have that, you know, self pride or whatever you want to call it, that you bought something brand new, right? It's like buying a car. You buy a Porsche 911 or any sports car, there's something nice about you being the first owner, right? You being the owner that nobody else has touched it but you. Something cool about having a car with 0 miles. I think watches play that role a little bit, not as much as a car, because there's so many factors in cars, right? Was it maintained properly? Were people racing it? Did they take care of it? All that stuff. A watch is not so much like that, unless it's a vintage watch. In this case, the rose gold model, this model right here, the UB20, it's a UB230121 B1 A1 is the model number. Again, this is the B20 44 millimeter stainless steel 18 karat gold. I've seen this in Chrono 24 for about $5,500, $6,000. So again, off the bat, if you buy a brand new, you're probably gonna lose about $1,000. So if that's something that's gonna bother you, if there's something that you wanna, you know, consider, then my advice is to just wait and buy this one, buy it used. If I can do it again, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I will probably choose to find this one used, and I would have saved myself $1,000 or a little bit more. So if you're looking for this watch, I think it's a good idea to go to your local authorized dealer. You know, in this case, I bought this one at CJ Charles in La Jolla. I love the way they treat me. I love the relationship we have with this place. They have a JLC authorized dealer. They have a Omega. They have a IWC, Cartier, Breitling, and a bunch of other certified watches like Rolex and APs and pretty much anything. So they also have used ones, right? So whenever I go with them now with Gracie, I ask, hey, do you have anything that is a little bit used that I can save myself a little bit of money? So I think it's worth for you to ask your authorized dealer or boutique if they have this watch in a used model, and to ask them very, very straightforward. Hey, listen, if I change my mind and I want to go ahead and trade this in the future, realistically, how much money would you give me for this watch? You know, just in case you want to buy something, you're ready to upgrade or get something better. And I will ask that, right? Something that I never really asked. And you say, hey, what can you give me realistically, what would you pay for this watch? So if I came over and say, hey, I want to sell it to you, what would you give me, right? If they say, hey, we'll give you $4,500 or give you $5,000 for it, okay? So they're being honest with you. But it gives you a real idea of what you're gonna get for the watch. And if they say, well, we normally don't do that here, or what have you, then you might wanna say, hey, well, I'll take my business elsewhere. I wanna develop a relationship with a jewelry store or a authorized dealer that is willing to buy that watch back for me if I wanna change my mind at a reasonable price and not lowball me. So that's something that I would change if I were to go again and buy another one. But once again, it feels great. I got a brand new, but $7,000 out the door really brings you in a different category of other watches, right? You could have chosen to get an Omega. You could have chosen to get a Cartier Santos. You could have chosen to get, a Pelagos, and then a Longines, right? So you could have got two watches for the price of one. So overall, all in all, I've always liked Breitling. I love how this watch looks. I fell in love when I saw it. And originally I actually saw it with the rubber bracelet, or rubber strap rather. So this one comes also in the rubber strap, which I'm gonna get. The black rubber strap completely changes the look of the watch to a more sporty watch. So originally I saw it with black and I fell in love with it. I went to CJ Charles and they have this one. Of course, always buy it with the stainless steel bracelet and then go ahead and buy the rubber, which is not too bad. Things like 180, but it doesn't have a clasp. So you gotta change your clasp. But like I said, my overall thoughts on this watch is it's definitely worth it if you want something that you can dress up or dress down. If it's something that you don't care about, if it's something that you want a better value for the money, then go with a Pelagos, a Tudor Pelagos, which actually shares pretty much the same movement as this Breitling. The Tudor Pelagos and this Breitling share pretty much the same movement. I believe that Breitling modified it a little bit. I'm not exactly sure on what it was, but this movement was made by both manufacturers, by Tudor and by Breitling. So the Tudor one went for this Pelagos, and then of course Breitling on the Super Ocean. So if you consider how much cheaper you can get a Pelagos versus this one, it might be a better buy, right, to buy a Pelagos. Once again, a Pelagos is not a watch that I would say you can dress up. Now, I've seen a lot of guys and women with sport watches wearing nice clothes. You can wear whatever you want, right? You can do whatever you want with your timepieces. You can wear a Cartier for the gym if you want to, whatever you want to wear. But in my opinion, the Pelagos is not as classy looking as this one. The Pelagos is more of a tool watch in my opinion, more rugged, more military-ish. While this one is classy, it looks luxurious, it looks high-end, and quite frankly, it looks a little bit more expensive than the $7,000 that I paid for it. And I believe they also have like a 42 millimeter and 40, I think the largest is 46 for those that have larger wrists. Here's another side view. On a little random note, one thing that I came to not 100% like, but I don't also 100% hate it. I never really thought about it until I got my Rolex or my Tudors, right? So as you can see in the lugs, this one has the gap. See that? And a lot of watches do. A lot of vintage watches have the gap to begin with. But I come to really, really like watches that don't have a gap, like my Submariner. You see? I like the way those lugs are tucked in and you can't see through them. I come to love that. You see how you can see the whole case? And this was actually pretty nice, but like for example, my Tudor, my Speedy, my Tudor Panda, you can actually see inside the case, it looks kind of a little bit worked up. And when you remove the bracelet, you can see that it looks kind of rugged, like not as properly finished. This was very, very polished and very, very classy finish. So I don't have a problem with this one. But now that I have other watches, I would love if Breitling did something where they can actually make one that covers the actual lugs. Again, this is a heritage edition, so it's meant to copy the 1957 model. So I can see why they did it, but I think it's a good idea. You know, once again, it all depends on who you ask. Let me do the bezel sound again, the clicks. Submariner, Breitling. The Breitling is way more rougher. It's harder. It doesn't feel as high end as the Rolex for sure. Huge difference, especially when you feel it. Again, if you're not gonna turn the bezel, nobody really cares, right? I just want to show you, because you see a lot of videos where people turn the actual bezel and they like the clicks for whatever reason. I can care less how many clicks you do or whatever. I just wanted to show you. I had somebody comment in my last video, hey, you almost had me a subscriber, but you didn't do a click action video. So there we go. It's got the date window at the bottom, which is something else that I like. We all know that the Rolex has the classic Cyclops, but it does affect the symmetry of the watch. Again, it's part of it. I see this more like a beautiful defect, like somebody with a scar that looks, you know, attractive. It kind of goes with it. But I think that the low key ones, like the Breitling that has a little window down here, I don't need to be magnified. I can see perfectly well. If you need glasses, well, I guess I can see how that works. And once again, if you think about tool watches, you're not gonna look at the date under the water, right? But I like the fact how it looks very, very low key, hitting the bottom. The hands are beautiful though. Very, very beautiful. One complaint that I have about this watch is that the lume sucks. The lume really, really, really sucks compared to any other watch, and especially the Rolex. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you the difference in just a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, guys, as you can see, guess which one is the Rolex sub and guess which one is the Breitling Super Ocean. My right is my Submariner and my left is my Breitling. Now I have these indoors with just a little bit of light, so it hasn't absorbed any much light, so it should be, both of them should be a little bit brighter, but this gives you a pretty good idea on the difference in lume. One is very bold and crisp. You can even see the Mercedes hand on the sub. And the Breitling is very, very, just, I mean, you can see the minute and the hour, but the minute hand and the hour hand. But the hour marks are tiny little dots. I mean, it'll do the job for you, but nothing compared to the Submariner. So just a little thing that kind of bugs me a little bit about the Breitling, but all in all, it's not too bad. Let's go from far away. So there you have it. Here's a lume comparison between the sub and the Super Ocean. There you have it, folks. I just wanted to do a little video on this beautiful Sunday afternoon on this particular watch. My goal is to make a video of all my watches one by one. My first video that I did, which had a lot of love and a lot of comments and a lot of activity, it was just a short, well, not short video, it was a video showing my watch collection, and I did say it was 2 years, but it was realistically more, almost 3 years. So it was about almost 2 years and 10 months. So just for those that are wondering, almost 3 year collection. And I started getting obsessed with it, and I developed this passion for watches. So that's why I bought so many watches in such a short period amount of time. But final thoughts on the watch, again, negatives, cons, the lume is not that great. Watch is a little bit thick, but if you don't mind that, it looks amazing. The exposed lugs, I guess. The clasp is not the best compared to Rolex, but it looks pretty nice anyways. I wish they would have added a little bit more rose gold in the bracelet. I know it's kind of hard to do it with the mesh, but it would have been awesome if they found a way to, even maybe the clasp would have been something different. or maybe even the crown. I don't know. It would have been pretty cool if they added a little more gold. Pros, well, there's more pros than cons, right? Oh, one more thing. A con, I think the price is a little bit expensive for the options, but if you consider that you can dress it up or down, it might be a good value. So pros, first one, like I just mentioned, again, you can dress it up or dress it down. Ceramic bezel, sapphire crystal, and 18 karat rose gold. It really makes this watch look a lot more luxurious than a tool watch. Once again, as compared to my Submariner, which is in many eyes considered the king of all dive watches, which is why I have it here once again with me. Putting Rolex aside, putting the whole Rolex craze or the whole Rolex, whatever you want to call it, which watch would you choose? The Rolex Submariner or the Breitling Super Ocean if you were in the market for a dive watch? 300 meters, 200 meters. Is any of you gonna go diving that much? I don't think so. So let's put that aside. Specification, great specs, amazing specs. But as far as overall presence, okay, and I'm talking about to those folks, sorry, that don't care about the crown and when people think about Rolex. I'm talking about those that want to start a conversation with somebody over their watch. Which one would you prefer? Which one looks more beautiful in your eyes? I mean, I can tell you my honest thought. I go with this one because, again, I'm always a little bit weighted towards Rolex. But if I didn't have the money on that, 100% we'll go with this one. More in the Pelagos because of Breitling. It's a very well-established brand. The Breitling catalog, in my opinion, is really second to none. They have amazing pieces. They have so many options, a little too many for some, right? But for me, you can never have too many options. Under $10,000, okay? So then I guess you compare it to an Omega Seamaster or Breitling Super Ocean. So if you want to get a one watch collection, this is definitely one you want to consider because you can dress it up or down. And I can't keep saying that enough because that's the main reason that I think I like this watch. I said it before, I've gotten more compliments with this watch than some of my other watches because this watch just really, really pops. So if you want to get a watch that you can enjoy, use it for the gym, to go diving, go surfing, to go to an event with a special loved one or a business meeting, this is definitely a watch you want to consider buying, getting, or investing in. Last advice, like I said before, I will definitely go to Chrono 24 to see what they have used because they do drop in price. And with the money you're gonna save from buying a new one, you can buy yourself like a Longines as a second watch, or I don't know, like a maybe like a nice Seiko. So anyways, folks, again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking your time. For those that I think I have like 280 subscribers, I really appreciate it. Once again, I do this for fun. I do this just to talk to somebody about watches. You know, with being so busy at work and everything that I do, the gym, I don't really have many friends anymore because I don't drink alcohol and I stopped drinking. That's a whole different story. So now my watches are my my hobby, my therapy, and then doing a YouTube video is where I get to interact with people and talk about this beautiful, crazy passion that's called watch collecting and watch love and watch enthusiasm. So for many, we're crazy. For many, they will never in their million years will pay $7,000 that you can put on your wrist, especially $7,000 on a watch that I wear maybe once a month. But for us, it's something special. We open our boxes, we're opening our safe or our drawers, and we look at them, and that's all we care about, that we own it, that we have it, that it has a story, that we can talk about it. So I highly recommend it, folks. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe and like, and go ahead and drop in your comments. I'm an amateur guy. I've gotten some good advice from people that do this more professionally or more experts. At this moment, my goal is not to
take this to the next level. I have a job that keeps me busy. I have to find the time to make these videos, not edited for the most part. It's just my iPhone, and it's just, again, just to do them, guys. Just in case you guys don't know or are new to my channel, I'm just an amateur guy from San Diego, California that loves watches. Thank you so much for watching once again, guys. Much love, God bless, and have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday.